forged wheels, and how to some, I've been kind of known as the forged wheel guy. I wanted to break today's film down into 3 parts. Part 1, I want to talk about Wheel Lab. I've been talking about small local businesses. This is my favorite one. Part 2, I kind of want to talk about the benefits of forged wheels. In part 3, some of the wheels that I've had in the past and the different brands that Wheel Lab and I sell, and just kind of the pros and cons of each. But before I get started, I'm actually trying a little bit different. Normally I film with this. This is a GoPro Hero 7. I'm just not totally satisfied with the video quality. If you think this video, which is again filmed with my Nikon, is better, let me know. Granted, I can't use I'm using a different microphone, so I'm just interested to see what you think. It's not that this is bad, it just kind of makes my garage kind of look like dark and dim, which it's definitely not. So, trying this one out, let me know what you think. So, part 1, Wheel Lab. It's owned by a guy named James. He's quickly become one of my best friends. You ever meet a guy and you just feel like after the first or second time you hang out and you talk that he's just a really nice guy and he's going to be a big part of your life. That's kind of what James was for me with Wheel Lab. He's local for me. He lives 10 minutes away. He Facebooked me. He slid in my DMs probably like 5-6 years ago. He goes, "Hey man, I really like your car. If you ever need wheels, let me know." And it was literally just the way it was meant to be. I had placed an order for my Weld RT-S's literally the day before. And, I didn't really know James, and I was a little apprehensive, and I can understand, if you meet me on, Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, and I'm like, "Hey man, this is a guy to buy wheels from." I get it can be a little apprehensive first buying from Jegs or Summit Racing, but I trusted James, and hopefully I'm here to tell you that you guys can trust. Like I said, he was kind of more into the import world, but man, we've probably sold like 100 set of forged wheels in the Cobra community. I think a lot of guys have seen me, give out quotes with CCW, BC Forged, Weld, and many more. But like I said, James is great. His company is Wheel Lab. Here's the website. It's wheellab.us. It's not .com, it's .us. It's right here. You can get any type of quote. Again, I know I've been talking about small businesses, but it's so great to see the money go into people like him instead of, the CEO of Summit Racing. Not to say that guy doesn't deserve more money, whoever he is, but James is a guy like me. He's a guy like you. He's got a performance car. He's working for his family. It's great to see people like that succeed. I always try to hang out with successful people. If you want to be a millionaire, hang out with millionaires. You want to be a bum, hang out with bums. It's good to see people work hard and encourage people and help your friends' businesses grow. There truly is no better feeling. Part 2 is kind of the benefits of forged wheels. So these are BC Forged TD03. They're a one-piece monoblock design. The benefits of these wheels is, number 1, the weight. I've had all wheels. I've had the cheap Chinese cast replica wheels. Those wheels in size close to these are going to weigh over 30 pounds. I think my Celine replicas are like 34 pounds. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot until you realize you got 4 of them. And rotational mass, I think the rough math, it's like 1 pound of rotational mass is almost equal to 4 pounds of non-rotational mass. So these wheels weigh around 21 pounds. My Weld RT-S's were even lighter. They were 19.8 pounds. When you put that on all 4 corners, it's a huge difference. Weight ruins everything with cars, just about. And losing weight in your wheels will improve your 0 to 60. It will improve your quarter mile. It will improve your braking. It's going to improve your handling. It changes the way the wheel feels. It's just more responsive with a forged lightweight wheel. The wheel's also stronger. It's not likely going to crack. Some brands are a little bit more prone to bending. Granted, I'd rather the wheel get bent than cracked. You can drive home on a bent wheel and have it repaired or replaced later on. If you crack your wheel, it's game over. And another benefit is, yes, they're expensive. You're looking at, like $3,250 and up for forged wheels. But again, in my experience, forged wheels hold their value really well compared to other modifications on cars. Like, for example, if you buy an exhaust for $800, good luck selling it used for probably more than $350. It's just hard to do. Forged wheels for me, I've never had a problem getting 75, 80% of the resale, price back in it when you want to go sell it. And if you sell your car, which if you saw last night's film, I'm not planning on selling it, you can always say, oh, you want the car on forged wheels? Here's the price. You want the car on regular cast wheels? Here's a lower price. They're really easy to sell. Topic number 3 is some of the wheels that I've owned and the pros and the cons to these wheels. Again, when I met James from Wheel Lab, I had the Weld RT-S's. Weld was a great brand. They were kind of on the middle tier to, middle to high tier in pricing. I think they look great, and again, I'll put a bunch of pictures in here. I think the wheels looked great. They were light. I ran 18x9 in the front with 17x11 in the back, and most people say, why did you do that? Well, the logic was, if you had a shorter wheel, but with a taller tire, you get more sidewall flex, better for straight line grip. I've had True Forged. I know a lot of guys out there cherish their True Forged wheels, and they're a good wheel. And I want to get chastised for this, but I'd say out of all my sets of forged wheels, I actually liked my True Forged the least. And that's probably not 100% the wheel's fault. After owning my first set of polished Classics, I was kind of done with polished wheels. I mean, if you've owned them, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't and you're interested, the upkeep on polished wheels, even for a garage clean, is still a lot, especially in the classic wheel design. If it was just a 5-spoke, it wouldn't be as bad, but it was just a lot of upkeep, a lot of polishing, sealing. That gets old fast. It's cool for a year or two, but I promise you, it gets old fast. So I actually had my True Forge Mach 5s. I had them clear powder coated, and it just kind of killed the finish. I wasn't totally satisfied with the finish that got put on it. They, had a lot of kind of swirling cloudiness to it. I mean, it wasn't terrible. A lot of what you would call orange peel. It's just, it is what it is. And just with the big brake cut and, the size of the wheels, I guess, and the offset that I had, they were heavy. They were almost 30 pounds. I mean, it was when I went from the welds to the True Forged, it's almost a full 10 pounds per wheel more. And I just wasn't satisfied with that because, wheels, again, are not just about aesthetics for me. It's about performance. And I just wasn't satisfied. CCW, everybody knows CCWs. I've had 2 pairs. They're a great American wheel. 3-4 years ago, they used to sell for Classics. I think it was $32.60 retail price. Well, they've actually been bought out by Weld. I'm sure you guys know that. But what you probably don't know is Weld kind of got bought out by Momo. Maybe you've heard of Momo before and you thought, who's Momo? Well, Momo now owns Weld, who owns CCW. I'm pretty sure it worked like that. And the pricing is way up. And, people ask me for quotes. Hey, man, can I get a quote on some Classics? And they retail at $5,000 now. And I just feel bad saying it because it's $5,000 plus tax if you live in a tax state. Luckily in New Hampshire, there's no tax, so I don't have to worry about that. But, you know, if you're in California with a 9% sales tax, I mean, you're talking it's adding $400 or $500 to the price. I mean, they're great quality wheels. They're the classic designs. Everybody knows them. They're going to add value to the car. They're greatly made. They're just expensive now. I think if I priced out my last set of wheels with their new pricing guide, I think it comes out to $6,200. That's just a lot of money to matter who you are. So those are some of the pros and cons of CCW. With BC Forged, there's a lot of pros to this wheel. First, we'll talk about shipping. Well, it's 5 weeks guaranteed. CCW is like 8 to 12, and I've seen examples of people having to wait 15 weeks for wheels, and I feel bad, you know, getting updates or James getting them updates. I mean, we're not the one building the wheels. They just are taking a while. You know, with COVID, I know it's hard on them, it's hard on their suppliers. Everybody, we're all struggling, I get it, but 15 wheels is a long time. 15 weeks, not 15 wheels, sorry. It's just a long time. BC Forged, 5 weeks guaranteed. That's great. Number 2, there's no tax. You live in California, tax-free. You live in Hampshire, tax-free. If you get the monoblock, which these are monoblock, in the Cobra fitment, 18 by 9.5, 18 by 11, these retail for $3,250. You're talking almost $2,000 less than CCWs. If you want modular is basically a 2 or 3 piece design, where this is a 1 piece design. Classics, for example, are a 3 piece design. That's why you see the rivets that go around them. These wheels don't have rivets because they're just a 1 piece monoblock. These retail $3,250. Their modular wheels at BC Forged retail for $3,750. Still quite a bargain compared to the CCWs. The downside to this company is, look, there's no hiding it. They're not American-made wheels. They're Taiwanese. I mean, that's a step up from China. I personally got a set of these wheels, so I can say with the truth, these are great wheels. The quality is great. The strength is great. They balance really nice and easy. I couldn't be happier with them. But if you're out there and says, I need to have American-made, you know, it might not be the brand for you. And the last negative is they don't offer a polished face. You can only get the brushed clear gloss. Again, I really like the brushed. Does it pop as much as polished? No, I get it. But I can spray any wheel cleaner I want on that. I can wash the car without having to dry the wheels. I never have to worry about, you know, watermarks or repolishing. So to me, that's a pro and a con between the finishes. I think it's worth it. Even if it doesn't look quite as good, the reduction in the upkeep is huge. So that's really about it, guys. I hope you learned something. You know, if you have any comments or questions, or you want some quotes, make sure you go to wheellab.us. I'm sure there's a section to inquire about your car. I'm sure James would love to earn your business. He's definitely earned mine for life. And that's really about it, guys. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. And, stay safe. Thanks.